Welcome to Let's Make It, and in today's episode we're going to be teaching you how to make a simple birdhouse that almost anybody can make. Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Make It, and today we're going to make a birdhouse, just a simple birdhouse. It's not going to take you too long. You might need help with your dad, kind of like, cutting the boards and stuff, and make sure you get parents' permission if you're going to use a saw or a nail gun. So guys, this is what the birdhouse is going to look like. Your finished product has a hole for the birds to go into. There's this little flap that is optional if you want to clean out the birdhouse. These are the sides. The hole in the back is to hang it up on a wall or on a tree or a pole or anywhere you want to go. Painting is also optional. If you want to paint the birdhouse, then we will teach you how to do that maybe in another video. Okay, so this is the type of wood you're going to need. This wood happens to be pine wood. You can find it at any local hardware store. And basically what it is you can use any wood you want, but it needs to roughly be about 5 feet long. This is a 1x6, which is 3/4 of an inch right here and 5.5 inches right here. So let's get started. So guys, what you're going to need for this project is a tape measure, a miter saw, a few nails. If you want to use a hammer, then go ahead. You need some sandpaper, all the safety precautions like gloves, safety goggles, anything you need to make sure to be safe, and that's about it. Let's get started. Make sure to mark every board accurately to make a perfect cut when you're making the birdhouse. Miter saw, it does straight cuts and especially angle cuts to make the birdhouse unique in your own way. Like we said, please have a parent do the cutting or sawing. Power tools are dangerous. Just ask my friend Four-Fingered Frank. Ow! Like I said, make sure to make the accurate cuts. As they say, measure twice, cut once. By now, we're almost done with the cutting. You should have 7 boards in total so far. 1 at 12 inches, 1 at 9 inches long, 2 at 8 inches, 2 at 6 and 1/4 inches long, and 1 at 4 inches long. Boards have a width of 5.5 inches wide. The only 2 exceptions are these 2 cuts right here. One side of the roof and the bottom of the birdhouse. The one side of the roof is supposed to be cut at 4 3/4 inches wide by 8 inches long. And the bottom of this birdhouse has to be cut at 5 1/4 inches long by 4 inches wide. After cutting the wood, it should probably leave these splintery shards on the edges, and you really don't want that. So what you're going to have to use is a sanding block like this, pretty cheap at the store. You can go on the edges like this. I would say pick it up, it would be easier to get a smooth finish. But when you are going on the wood, always go with the grain so it will not damage the wood. But on the edges, you can do whatever you want like that. And in the end, it should look like this, really smooth to make a birdhouse out of. Next, you have to cut the A-frames. You're going to get your longest board at 12 inches and your second longest board at 9 inches. And you're going to need to cut them like I labeled here at a 45 degrees angle on the board. We already did. We're going to use the miter saw, which you can set as a 45-degree angle automatically to get the perfect angle. What the final 2 pieces are going to look like for the A-frame. Now, to put the birdhouse together, we are going to use a finished nail gun, which is way easier than using a hammer and nails because you would need to hold it. You would need to let another person hold the birdhouse while you nail it with a hammer. So this finished nail gun is way easier with these finished nails that are 1 3/8 inches long. The difference between finished and non-finished is they don't have the head on the top of the nails. These are all of the pieces for the birdhouse that you are going to need. This is the very front of the birdhouse. This is the very back of the birdhouse. These are the 2 pieces of the roof. One that is bigger than the other so they won't overlap. So you get it, the roof. These are the 2 sides, and then this is a small bottom piece. Now we are going to attach one of the sides to the front. We are going to put 3 nails, remember, in each side, connected to the front. Now we are going to attach the back to the sides. Now we're going to attach the other side to the back. Now we're going to do the roof. First, use the less wide piece of the roof on here and let it go flush with the back, but do not let it hang over of the back, but let it hang over on the front. Now we are going to do the other part of the roof, which is this bigger piece of wood, and we are going to let it overlap on the birdhouse. Now, this is the bottom of the birdhouse. We made it a little small for 2 reasons. Say if water leaks through the roof of the birdhouse, it'll leak down and come out of the birdhouse through these little cracks, and also it helps with airflow. Now, we are not going to make the door permanently closed. We are going to have it to where it can swivel open and close so you can clean the birdhouse whenever you need if it gets too messy or too many things build up inside of it. Now you are going to drill a hole 3/4 of an inch from the back of the birdhouse. Do the same thing on the other side. Now you are going to get a nail in the length of 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 inches and put it through the side of the birdhouse, and then you are going to hammer it in there. Now we are going to flip it over and put a nail through the other hole that you made a minute ago and just hammer it in as before. Now it should swivel to open and close, and now we're going to put a latch to make sure you can open it and keep it closed if a bird happens to be in there. This is what we are going to use. You can buy them at a hardware store. It's a 1-inch latch. Now we are putting the latch in. Now the last thing to do is put a hole in the middle of the birdhouse so a bird can go into it. That's going to be 1.5 inches. Now we are going to use 1.5 inch drill bit to drill the hole into the front of the birdhouse. With the hole, open the latch and clean out all of the wooden pieces that were in it from drilling it. This is wood putty. We are going to use it to cover up all the nail holes that it made to give it a more finished look where you kind of can't see the nail holes once the wood putty dries. Wood putty dries, just lightly sand it to get rid of all the evidence of there being air holes there. Now we need to put a hole in the back that is 3/8 of an inch so you can hang it on a tree. Also need to put a few holes for airflow. So this is what your finished product should look like. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed our birdhouses. If you want more of these types of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we're going to have more coming at you real soon. See you guys later.